Thank you for agreeing to chat with me tonight, Teakyta.
No problem.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing good, thank you.
I'm so happy to hear that. So let's get right into it.
Sure.
How old were you when you first realized that you wanted to play basketball for a living?
I was about 12 years old. I would play throughout my neighborhood, throughout the community, and I would always get feedback from people who would tell me that I had a talent in basketball. So I wanted to continue. At the age of 12 is when I pretty much knew that basketball would be a career for me.
Very good. And many young women and men dream of playing professional sports. How did you get the opportunity to play for the WNBA?
I had played at Syracuse University from 94 to 98. And once my senior year came, I wasn't drafted to the WNBA. So it was always a goal of mine to play professionally. And once that opportunity came to America, myself along with my high school coach, we drove down to Washington, D.C. For the Washington Mystics team that had an expansion team that year. So we pretty much funded everything ourselves.
Wow.
And there was a open tryout. Anyone was welcome to try out. There was about 300 women at that tryout, and they only needed 6 players. I was one of those 6 players.
Oh my, what an accomplishment. That's amazing.
Yes.
So what prompted you to leave the WNBA to go abroad and play for international teams?
Well, the season was over, and the remaining months, the WNBA is only 3 months out of the year. So for the remaining months, I hired an agent, and the agent found me opportunities every year to play professional basketball and for me to continue my career.
Interesting. I'm sure you made your family very proud.
Yes.
So why did you give up the exciting and highlight that you had made for yourself to return home?
In 2002, I had immediate deaths. I lost my father, I lost my grandfather, and I lost my cousin. My father was 52. He had prior drug use, and he passed away from AIDS. I had my grandfather, who was 91 years old, who lived a full life and passed away from natural causes. And I had a cousin who was fatally shot.
Wow, that's rough. That had to be a rough year.
It
2002 is a year that you will remember. A year after 9/11.
Correct.
That is a lot to take in.
Correct.
Do you ever regret the decision?
No, I don't regret the decision to come home and support my family. I believe in family first. I was raised by my grandparents, so for me to come home and be there for my grandmother was very important for me. She's very important to me, and I felt like it was my obligation, my duty, to take care of the person who helped me get to the point where I was professionally. And as a person, just being successful, my success was due to my upbringing, to the way that my grandmother raised me, my beliefs. So for me to come home at such a time in need, it was not a hard decision.
That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
When Superstorm Sandy struck our area last September, you were again a great source of support and strength for your family. Once again bringing to mind your sacrifice and how important that sacrifice was to the well-being of your family.
Mm-hmm.
How did Sandy affect your lives?
Sandy affected our lives. It brought us closer as a family. You take for granted electricity, the basics. And with Sandy being such a powerful storm, it took a lot of the things that we take for granted away. My grandmother's 88, and being there for her, hand and foot, making sure that my extended family was safe. It was a struggle, but we got through it together.
That's incredible. You had a lot of damage to your house, did you not?
I did.
And your car?
Cars were totaled out. Trees fell on cars, roofs. There was a lot of aluminum siding damage. A real costly
situation.
Just a real costly situation.
But because of your diligence and stamina and the way you were taught to be in control on the court, you were able to keep your family together, pull together to do the things that were needed to be done to get to where you are now. Everything turned out fine. FEMA stepped in, insurance stepped in, and everybody's okay?
Yes, everybody's fine. Due to basketball, the discipline, the leadership that I've learned from basketball has carried over to me being a leader for my family.
Excellent. What are you doing now?
Now I do customer support for Hemonetics Corporation, which is a blood management company. We create filters and blood bags for hospitals, blood banks, and different doctors' offices.
So, that being said, what is your dream for your future?
My dream for my future is to work with the elderly population. I have a very soft heart for the elderly. I would love to be an advocate for nursing homes and facilities that reside elderly people, hospice. My goal is to fight to better the environment in nursing homes and residential facilities.
Hence, that's where your sociology degree will take a great part in what you intend to do.
Correct.
Well, Teakyta, thank you so much for spending time with me.
No problem.
And I wish you all the best for your future, and I fully anticipate hearing great things from you because you had a great past life, and I know that your current life is wonderful just from your personality and the way you present yourself, and I expect that your future will be just as outstanding.
Thank you so much.